Good day, children. Draw any angle of any measure. Take an arc, cut an arc, and keep it here like this. Cut an arc here, cut another arc here, and join this point, and this corner of the angle. Draw an arrow. Let us name it as A, B, C, and D. Now take a scale and measure the sides. This is say 8 point. This is almost 8.5 centimeter. Measure BC. BC is 7.5. Measure DC. This is coming up to 4.5, and AD is 5. Now if we take the ratio of this AB upon BC, we will see that it is equal to AD upon DC. If you substitute the value, this is any random angle I have taken, but when you take the angle, we see that the ratios of these two sides, AB upon BC, is equal to the ratio of the sides opposite. Now this angle BD is the angle bisector. This BD has divided the side AC into two parts which are not equal, but they are in ratio. So when we consider this sides, AB upon BC ratio will be equal to AD upon DC, and this is an angle bisector, and the property of angle bisector we are going to study. Property of angle bisector is an angle bisector. This angle B is bisected by an angle bisector BD. Now when BD divides angle B into two equal parts, BD also divides the side opposite to angle bisector into two parts in proportion. So the angle bisector theorem states that, come to page number 8 of the textbook. Page number 8, property of an angle bisector. The bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the sides opposite to the angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. The bisector of an angle of a triangle. This BD is the bisector of an angle, one angle. BD is a bisector of an angle of a triangle. What does this do? It divides the sides opposite. It divides the side opposite to the angle. You should always see where is the angle. These two I have marked with equal circle. What does that signifies? It signifies that angle ABD is equal to angle BDC. So this ray, this BD divides the angle, the bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. This is the ratio, that is AD upon DC, to the remaining sides. Which are the remaining other side? Other side is AB upon BC. So according to the property of angle bisector of a triangle, AB upon BC is equal to AD upon DC. Now let us try to understand the proof of it And in order to prove it, they have drawn, I will take this, refer to figure 1.20 of the textbook. In the textbook, angle A, C and B is shown. This angle ABC is a triangle. CE is the angle bisector of angle C. CE divides angle C into two equal parts. And we have shown these two equal parts as two circles, two small circles. You can also name it as X and X. Now, in construction, draw a line parallel to ray CE. We have this ray CE. Draw another line parallel to ray CE. So we have drawn BD. Extend AC so as it to intersect it at point D. Extend AC up to point D, where BC is touching the triangle, this extended AD. Now if you consider these two lines, CE is parallel to BD. Now consider these angles which are on top of the lines, above the parallel line. This angle D is congruent to this particular angle C. Angle B, D, C, these are the two parallel lines. CE is parallel to BD. We have studied in parallel lines, when if you have two parallel lines, say CE, and another parallel line, say B and D. Now when we have a transversal, angle opposite to both these, along with the transversal, the angle above the parallel line, which kind of these two angles are congruent? Why? Because these two angles are corresponding angles. So according to, in 9th standard we have studied, if corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. CE is parallel to BD. Similarly, here if we consider CE is parallel to BD, I will mark it. I can mark it with some other color for you. CE is parallel to BD. See, for this AD is a transversal. AD is a transversal. If you compare it with this figure, AD is the transversal. So above the line, above the parallel lines, the two angles are congruent. Which angles? ACE is congruent to angle BD and C. Now you see these two angles. Now let us focus here on in pocket of Z. In the pocket of Z, the angles are congruent. Can you see this Z? This is making Z. So in this pocket of Z, when the angles are congruent, we say these angles are congruent because they are alternate angles. Now refer to this figure again. Can you see the pocket of Z? Where it is making a pocket Z, see this parallel line. This line is parallel to this and BC is a transversal. Now E, C and B, this angle is congruent to this particular angle. They both are in the pocket of Z. They are alternate angles. So when we write these angles which are congruent, which are the two lines with the angles which are congruent, we write it as ray CE is parallel to BD and AD is a transversal. Therefore, angle ACE is equal to angle CBD. ACE is equal to CBD, both are corresponding angles. Now taking BC as transversal, angle ECB is equal to angle CBD, alternate angles in pocket of Z. These are corresponding angles because they are above the parallel line. These are alternate angles because they are in the pocket of Z. And ACE is equal to CDB and ECB is equal to CBD. But what is given already is the angle bisector. The angle bisector, these two angles are congruent, already given. That is, these two angles are already given equal. So that's the reason this angle is also congruent. This angle is congruent to, this ACE is congruent to CDB, and ECB is congruent in pocket of Z, is congruent to B. Therefore, these two angles become equal. These two angles are congruent. Now, if we consider the triangle CB and D, in this triangle, the two base angles are congruent. When the angles are congruent, the side opposite to them are also congruent. Isosceles triangle theorem. When the base angles are congruent, the sides opposite to them are also congruent. Therefore, CD is equal to BC. Now, if we see this big triangle A, D and C. In A, D and C, AE is parallel to the third sign. So, can we apply BPT here? We can apply BPT. And according to basic proportionality theorem, AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CD. AE, if we consider this triangle like this, AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CD. But we have seen that this CD is equal to CB, side of a triangle. Therefore, AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CB, because CD is congruent to CB. And this is the property of angle bisector. Now you will prepare, write down this theorem in your classwork. Prepare very well. This theorem is very important. Now we will only apply this angle bisector theorem and see page number 9. In page number 9, we find figure 1.21. In this, which angle is bisected? Angle A. You can see these two small circles. That means this angle is bisected. By whom? By AD. AD has divided angle A into two equal parts. Because AD has divided angle A into two equal parts, this D has divided, AD has also divided the side BC into two parts. And therefore, according to angle bisector property, what do we get? You see the angle, see the side opposite to it. What we have? BD upon DC, BD, write down, upon DC is equal to the remaining side, AB upon AC. Now they have given the property of angle bisector is whenever an angle is bisected, if we take any point on the angle bisector, any point on the angle bisector, say P and Q, and we drop a perpendicular from this point on the side of the triangle BC. When we drop a perpendicular from the point P on side, and from the point P we will drop a perpendicular on the other side. Now let's call this point as M and this as N. So last year in angle bisector we have studied the two sides of the angle bisector are equidistant. Two sides of the angle are equidistant from the bisector. So if we take the distance is always shortest distance is 90 degree. If we drop a perpendicular PM, so AB, side AB is how much away from BD? It is, the distance is PM. That means both these two sides are equally away from the angle bisector. They are equidistant. Equidistant means equally away. So PM is equal to PN. So now if we look at this figure, BAC, AD is the angle bisector, D is any point on the bisector. Therefore when we drop a perpendicular DM, this is a small 90 degree, that means it is a perpendicular, and we drop a perpendicular DN. So what is the relation between DM and DN? DM and DN will be equal. Why? Because D lies on the perpendicular bisector. Areas of two triangles of equal heights are proportional to their bases. Now they are saying equal height. If we consider this triangle ADB, the height of this is MD. And if we consider ADC, height of this is DN. They have applied a any point on the perpendicular, any point on the angle bisector is equidistant from the two sides. Just like we have in perpendicular bisector, any point on the perpendicular bisector is equidistant, and therefore we have these two equal. So now use the following property and write the proof. Area of two triangles. Area of two triangles, what is the property of area of triangle? A1 upon A2. A1 upon A2 is equal to base of and height of one upon base and height of the other. In this case, they are saying that both the two triangles have equal height. Here, which are the two triangles? Area of triangle ADB upon area of triangle ADC will be base into height and base into height. Now, if this is the height, the base of this triangle will be, you turn the book and see, DM is the height, base is AB. So, DM into AB. If we consider this triangle ADC, height is DN, base is AC. Height is DN and base is height is DN and base is AC. Now DN and DM and DN gets cancelled because the heights are equal. Why the heights are equal? Because it lies on the angle bisector. Point D lies on the angle bisector, and therefore the areas of these two is equal to base of one triangle upon base of the other triangle. The next example 1.22, we can see this angle B is bisected by BP, and they have drawn a perpendicular PN on side BC and PM on side AB. Now according to the theorem which we learnt in 9th standard, when we drop a perpendicular from any point on the angle bisector, the 2 points are equidistant from the two sides. Point P is equally away from BC and AB. That is PM is equal to PN. Now every point on the bisector of an angle is equidistant from the sides of the angle. This is what they have. This is for our information. Now I want you to do from first page number 11, figure 1.27. Page number 11. Can you see your textbook, page 11? Figure third example. Remember this, angle ABC. B is bisected. It is shown by equal. BD divides angle B into two equal parts. So theorem of bisector of an angle of a triangle. In triangle ABC, BD is the bisector of angle ABC. Then AB upon BC is equal to AD upon DC. This is the property of angle bisector. If we come to page number 12, we have page number 12, figure 1.30. In figure 1.30, angle R is bisected by RS. We have a triangle PQR. Segment RS bisects angle R if PR is 15 and RQ is 20 and PS is 12. Then according to the property of angle bisector, this is the angle. So we will keep your pencil on the angle and see the side opposite to it. That is PS upon SQ. PS upon SQ is equal to PR upon PQ. So PS upon SQ is equal to PR upon RQ, the other two side. By substitution and by cancellation, 5 3s are 5 4s are 3 4s are 12 and 4 4s are 16 is SQ. Now come to page number 13. Page number 13, an activity is given. A triangle ABC is given. Ray BD bisects angle ABC, angle B, and ADC, it intersects angle AC at point D. Again they have given ED parallel to BC. Now which all theorem? E is between A and B. We have to prove that AB upon BC is equal to AE upon EB. Now because ED, which all theorems we can apply? When you look at the figure, because ED is parallel to BC, we can apply BPT, we can apply basic proportionality theorem. AE upon EB is equal to AD upon DC. So let us write AB upon AE upon EB is equal to AD upon DC. Write down, they have written it here. Now because of angle bisector we have just studied. This is the angle, so keep your pencil here and see opposite to it. AD upon DC is equal to AB upon BC. So AB upon BC is equal to AD upon DC. Angle bisector theorem, it is a property of angle bisector. So in triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC. Therefore AE upon EB is equal to AD upon DC. If you see these two steps, AD upon DC, AD upon DC, left hand side is equal. Therefore the right hand sides will also be equal. That is AB upon BC will be equal to AE upon EB from 1 and 2. Now homework is the questions based on angle bisector. That is page number 14. Example 3 is your homework. See, this is the angle bisector. So MQ upon QP is equal to MN upon PN. Write down the ratio, substitute the value, and you get the answer. Question number 6. QP using the following 1.40, we have NQ is the angle bisector of N. So when we look opposite, MQ upon QP is equal to MN upon NP. The values are given. Substitute the value and see they are in equal ratio. Similarly, see question number 9. Angle B. Now angle B, what is opposite to angle B? Opposite to angle B, which is the side AD upon DC. Let's write AD upon DC is equal to AB upon BC. Now what is AD upon DC? X minus 2 upon X plus 2 is equal to what is AB? X upon what is BC? X plus 5. So when we cross multiply this, we have to find the value of X. Cross multiply this, what we get? X minus 2 into X plus 5 is equal to X multiplied by X plus 2. So first term into the whole bracket, second term into the whole bracket. First term X into whole bracket, X plus 5 minus 2 into the whole bracket, X plus 5 is equal to X into X is X square plus X into 2, X into X is X square plus X into 2 is 2X. Now X into X is X square plus X into 5 is 5X minus 2 into X is 2X minus into plus minus 2 into 5 is 10 is equal to X square plus 2X. Now we bring all these sides on from right hand side, we bring it to left hand side. We already have X square plus 5X. 5X minus 2X is 3X minus 10 minus X square minus 2X equal to 0. So what we have already? X square plus 3X. Sign of the bigger number. 5 is bigger than 2. So sign of bigger number. So plus 3 it will be. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now what we got? Minus 2. So we write minus 2. Now plus x minus X square minus 10. First we write all in the descending order. Now X square and minus X square get cancelled. 3X minus 2X is 3 chocolate. Out of 3 chocolate, suppose X is a chocolate. Out of 3 chocolate, 2 you have given away. So 1 chocolate is left. X minus 10 is equal to 0. If we transfer that side, X is equal to plus 10. So you can solve the questions. Question number 8 also same way. Directly angle M is bisected. So see the side opposite to it, LT upon TN is equal to LM upon MN. I hope you will prepare this angle bisector theorem and you have to write down the problem set in homework book. Problem set 1, we will do it in the homework book. Problem set 1, question number 1, very simple it is. Triangle ABC and PQR and 1-to-1 correspondence is given. You have to choose the appropriate answer. Here also see which angle is corresponds to which and write down the corresponding sides. Question number 1 you write in your homework book. Problem set is done in homework book. Question number 2 is ratio of area of triangle ABD upon ADC. Both these have same height. If we drop a perpendicular, this is the height. So its area will be what? Base B1 into H1. ABD. So this is the B1. BD upon ADC basis DC. ADB, ABD and ABC. Now here both have a common height, and in base BC is the base of the bigger one. So base of a smaller, that is BD, upon base of a bigger, that is BC. Now ADC and ABC, this triangle and the bigger triangle. Again heights are same. So area is equal to base of the first triangle, that is DC, upon base of the second triangle, that is BC. So please do this question also. Question number 1, 2, 3. An angle bisector. Question 9. Thank you.